Hello. Hello, beautiful people. Can you hear me now? Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Great. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry I'm a bit puffy. It's just, I got back from the hospital. And so I'm a little bit swollen and stuff. But I'm so glad that you guys are here to join me. So thank you so very much for doing that. Um, but I want to talk to you guys about um, so many things that are happening. I know that many of you were talking about Archie's. Hello, Elke Medina. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 beautiful people. Thanks for joining me. There is so much talked about. Well, there's always a lot to talk about, but I know that many people were saying that Archie's profile had disappeared from the monarchy's website. To begin with, I was surprised he has a profile because, I mean, he doesn't live in the United Kingdom. I thought that Charles um, was one of the goals that he had his whole life was to slim down the monarchy, and instead he's expanded it to the United States to a child that, you know, to this day, both of those children, if they exist, they still they have a very they are included in a very public. My God, my hands are so swollen. They're included in a very public institution without the proper documentation that guarantees that they belong to that institution or in the line of succession. Do you guys know what I mean? Because to this day, we still have not seen the documents, both documents from the doctors testifying that they witnessed the birth. Nobody knows where for real, because all the explanations, all the contradictions, all the lies that have been said about where both of those children were born, if they were born, and who brought them up. Richmond, London. I used to live there. Yay. It's really beautiful there. I used to live there. I lived around St. Margaret's first and then Richmond up the hill. So it's pretty beautiful. And I used to go for walks at Richmond Park. So it should be fun. And the pubs in Richmond are awesome. So my camera is out. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Oh, okay. I don't know why you can't see me, Elka. Elka, everybody can see me. Okay. Um, so it is actually pretty incredible if you think about it, that so much this is really looking pretty much like a circus. This is one of you asked me to explain what the coronation was. The coronation is the official act of recognition that Charles is the head of state of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. This is why, and this is paid for, all of it, by the taxpayers of the United Kingdom. Okay, you have heads of state of the Commonwealth attending. You have people from government.
I just picked out some of my favorite books.
Just
Thank
one
you
moment
for it.
here.
Rob has wanted to be a dad for as long as I can remember.
Let me check something
Robert.
here.
It's every mother's dream to see her child be happy.
Can you hear me?
This is Robert's first Christmas.
Can you hear me? Hello. This is very, very I don't know what's going on with that with YouTube. Can you guys hear me? Okay, thanks. This is like, so many people who are from the United States were saying We're saying that they don't understand what the coronation is about and why Charles is so insistent to have Harry and Meghan there. And listen, they not only updated the line of success, the kids' titles and the line of succession, they've also updated it in the website that Archie has. Even though to this day, and I repeat, none of these details have been made public. None of the details have been made public that verify the kid's right to be in the line of succession or even be part of a very public website, because the monarchy's website is worldwide, you know. So it's actually, yeah, exactly. You know, Alessandra, Mark, why not give the British a vote as to whether they want Harry and Meghan? They're paying for the coronation. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I 100%. But the thing is, though, that the UK people do have a right to speak out about this. And the problem that we are seeing is that whereas the Queen was respectful and mindful of the traditions and many other things, Charles is not, because I do believe that Charles thinks that he is an absolute monarch, which whatever he wants, he gets. You know, he is pretty much like Meghan Markle in that sense, and Prince Harry. He's very entitled, you know, and that's just a fact. So it's what is that, BH? Charles is losing this and these people. Yes, but let me tell you something. You people have a right to speak out. If you have petitions to Parliament, because make no mistake, they're puffing that thing out. They're putting Prince Charles, they're elevating, they're putting Prince Archie, Princess Lilibet for two children. You do have a right to question and petition to Parliament the public documentation, because if they want to put those children, well, since they have included those children in the line of succession and in the monarchy's website, you do have a right to request the very public documents, and not the birth certificate, but the witnessing. All the details have to be made public. I don't understand why people are not doing that, you know. I really don't understand that. And and as Parliament has stated, that for now, the monarch has absolute control of all royal titles, but you can request an amendment to um, the 1917 bill. I don't know. As I said, I've talked about this before. I don't know why instead of making a whole new bill, why didn't amend the original one, the 1917 uh, removal bill that they have, that they did that for the other royals, that they took the titles away. They can just simply amend that instead of creating a whole new one. But for the line of succession, you guys do have a say. You do have a say, you know. And you can ask Parliament, the UK Parliament, start a parliamentary petition and send it to me, and I'll send it to the other YouTubers, so we some that I know, and we can go ahead and show it to people. Basically, you can ask that the succession bill of 2013 be amended, that only royals born in the United Kingdom uh, be in the line of succession, that and only and residing in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession. You can do that, and you can demand the law to be brought back, that before there used to be the Home Secretary used to be present, but because nobody, you know. And the problem with these things is once you let the rut sit in, even if it's a little bit, hmm, it's it's just, and it's like being abusive, you know. An abuser, they start with little things, and then, you know, oh well, there was no reaction, they push it further, they push further. With Meghan Markle and Harry, they pushed the envelope like there was no tomorrow. Right now we have that they never paid they paid no rental, no rent at all for this past 2 years. They're still put on their website as working royals, because that monarchy's website is for working royals. It says that Frogmore is their official residence. Let's see if it changes on March 31st, because supposedly on March 31st this year, the lease expires. From what I understand, he never paid back the 2.4 million pounds. He paid back around 630,000 pounds. So I mean, it really goes to show. I was looking at something here. Let me see if I can find it for you. I mean, how do you guys feel about all of this? I mean, especially those of you in the UK, how do you feel about that? No, you can't request them. You can, well, you know what? You can actually request a succession bill be amended. You know that there's two countries in the world, if I'm not mistaken, where the monarch is elected within the family. Or I'm trying to think which one it was, but I can't. I'm a, it, if you guys know which one I'm talking about, let me know, because I'm trying to find this thing, which is something that I read. It's two monarchies in the world. You can actually do that. You can ask for the monarch to be chosen within the family. So yeah, another thing that's very that you can do, the succession bill, you can ask them to amend it. There's not, because that's a bill. So that you can do. That you can do. Leslie Hogg. People are still wondering what the coronation is. Now, I want to talk to you about the visa thing, right? Because I've gotten so many comments about Harry's wanking visa. Okay. Oh, don't forget to like the chat, guys. Okay. Thanks for joining me, guys. All of that. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Um, don't forget to like, share, watch my videos. I thank you very much for the super chats, and I want to thank one of my viewers because for the donation. Thank you very much for the PayPal donation. You asked me not to say your name, but I want to thank you anyways. It was very much appreciated. So when the form to obtain a resident visa, because that's how you go there, is it doesn't say whether you've been convicted of a drug related crime. It says whether you have violated for example, it's like asking you, have you drunk drive. It's not whether you have been convicted of drunk driving. Most people would lie, like people say, no, I never, I never, drink and drive or whatever. I never do that. But, we know that that's not true. But Harry, we know that from a very young age, probably when he was taking that freedom flight, he was doing drugs, rolling a joint while traveling, or doing hallucinogenics or other substances, while flying across in Tyler Perry's freedom flight. I mean, it's incredible that that he compares flying on a private jet from Canada, from a mansion, to the United States, a freedom flight. What is Angela saying? you know so yeah, I mean, if Harry has violated that rule that says, if Harry lied on the application when he was asked if he had taken drugs, because the application for the visa doesn't say whether have you been convicted, have you ever, they do ask you, there's a part that says have you ever been convicted of a crime, and then they ask you to but before that, the application asks if you've consumed drugs, any illegal substances, or blah blah blah. If he said no on that application, that's a lie to the government. That is a federal offense, punishable with a minimum of 2 years, maximum 5 years, plus deportation. Claudia, half of America has taken drugs. The issue here is not whether half of America has taken drugs. The issue here is whether he lied in a document, in a government document, in order to obtain a visa. That's fraud. That's lying to the government. No, it's not 25 years. It's a minimum of 2 to 5 years. Okay. So And you guys can ask for the succession bill to be amended. You can, that you can do. The forget about the title, asking the parliament for now, because the bill's still not being, they really dragging their feet. The succession, sorry, I have to do this. The succession bill, what, that on 2013 was amended within 3 months. That's how long it took. Yeah, I think it was put forth on December 2012, and it was passed by March. Here they're dragging their feet, doing one reading, the second reading. My personal take on this is that this is a way that they're trying to um, negotiate with Charles what they want with him, certain things. But Harry and Meghan should definitely not be invited. First of all, they're not part of the monarchy anymore. They're not working royals. They have slandered and defamed the monarchy. The monarchy itself, all the members of the royal family have taken a hit around the world. There are many countries in the Commonwealth that, as a direct, almost you can almost as a direct consequence, abandon the Commonwealth, or at least the relationships are very strained. So they have had diplomatic consequences for that, you know. Camilla is the queen. Camilla is the queen consort. Yes, no. Camilla will never be my queen. I'm a Princess Diana. You know, I don't know. For me, I want somebody who represents me, not to have that kind of sordid past. I don't know how to explain it, because I was watching yesterday. I was watching yesterday night. I started, at the hospital, and I started watching the Queen's funeral. Especially when she was coming to London. When they were waiting for her to go to Buckingham Palace, I was crying my eyes out. And I started thinking, that whatever her flaws may have been, because I think, and as I've said, this is my very personal opinion, the only thing where the Queen mm, wasn't strong enough is by, because she lived herself by the rules, you know but it's letting her children get away with so much. you know Now he's, the thing that makes the monarchy, the UK monarchy, so unique is the 1,000-year-old traditions. And yes, tradition is part of the culture. But Charles wants to do away with some of it because he wants to update them according to modern times. I don't know why. That's what makes the monarchy unique. Fahad, Diana was mentally ill too. No, she wasn't, Fahad. I'm sorry, but she wasn't mentally ill. She had, this is one of the things that really upset me when I hear people talk about that. Can somebody please describe what mentally ill? Was she diagnosed with any mental illness? Of course not. Is she had mental health issues given the circumstances and the lack of support around her, which is completely different. Would you call a mom who has postpartum depression mentally ill? Of course not. Would you call somebody with bulimia? I had anorexia for many years, but I was working really hard. I was thriving at work. I was doing a bunch of things. I had a mental health issue, but I wasn't mentally ill. There's a big difference. Okay. So lose all. Yes, having eating disorders is part of a mental health issue, and sometimes it's part of a bigger issue around. And what drives you to have eating disorder, just like a new mom, when she has postpartum depression, because that's what she actually has. She had postpartum depression. She was very young. Her husband was cheating around on her and making her feel guilty about things that she was doing that she wasn't doing, which is now called gaslighting at its worst. So, yes. So, if you look at Princess Diana, excuse me, she was a perfectly, excuse me, she was a perfectly healthy woman, young woman, average weight, beautiful, rosy cheek, cheerful, fun. And then things started. So, but the thing is that you can ask for the succession bill to be amended. That you can do. You can demand and start a petition. But a parliamentary petition. Don't start a GoFundMe petition, please. They don't have any weight. Start with this succession bill, the amendment to the succession bill of 2013, asking Parliament to amend the law that only royals born in the United Kingdom and living, residing, physically residing in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession. Okay. So, yes. So I am a Princess Diana thing. Nobody has claimed here that she was a saint, because it really bothers me when people go to extreme. Oh, you claim that she was a saint. No, I'm not claiming that she was a saint. But the night before, her soon-to-be husband was saying farewell to his mistress on a train that people thought it was Princess Diana when it wasn't Princess Diana. There's so many shady things, Um, I don't want to get into that, but much rather get into the coronation thing. Now, people are saying whether Meghan Markle is going to wear a tiara or not. That Meghan Markle and Harry are going to be are going to be coming through the side entrance so as to not to offend people, like Prince Andrew. Okay. To Sarah, Duchess of York, is not invited apparently because she's a former royal. Apparently, Beatrice and Eugenie are not invited, which I find that odd. I think Princess Anne's children, Peter Phillips and Sarah Tyndall, are not invited either, even though they're part of the family. Because if we start talking that they're part of the family, let's invite the whole bloody family. Now, one thing that I've been telling you guys, that there's going to come a time when Meghan gets very desperate, that suddenly you're going to see Mr. Markle or the Markles getting back together. It wouldn't surprise me if Meghan and Mr. Markle suddenly recovered and there's the father reunion where he apologizes to her. And, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because this is how desperate this woman is. Okay. And people are justifying Meghan Markle's and Harry's presence. They're saying, well, it's his father, it's his coronation. No, it's not his coronation. This is not a personal event. The monarch is irrelevant. That's a position. Mr. Markle, I'm pretty sure he would ban immediately. He probably would throw Sam to the wolves. That's just because he's that desperate to be with Meghan. So I would be surprised if he gets on a plane and goes to see Meghan secretly, and then we see him in a podcast or in a Netflix thing, the reunion, and stuff like that. I wouldn't even be surprised. Backrick will be there for pics. Yes. Yes, and Meghan Markle will be at the balcony. If you look at the way, and always look at the shady way now, the monarchy, because everything that they're doing now is shadily written. Okay, it says that the king is going to be at the balcony with members of his family members. It doesn't say who. Instead of saying, like, the queen was very direct. I love the queen for that. It's like, no, my picture is going to be with my direct descendant heirs, which is Charles, William, and George. Kelly Evans, maybe the palace know the daughters of Andrew are moles. It really doesn't matter, because they're inviting Harry and Meghan. They shouldn't invite them at all to begin with. Hello, watching from Ireland. Thank you, Janie Colley. I hope I said your name correctly. Okay. Yes, and don't forget to hit the like button and the chat, guys. Thank you very much for watching my videos and stuff like that. The other day I was talking to the YouTube channel, because I lost over 1,000 subscribers all of a sudden. And then they got in touch with me and they said that they got rid of spam subscribers. I don't even know what the hell that is. I really don't know because I know that there are some people who buy their packages, that they sell packages of people who, for them to click and stuff like that, and be like part of your channel. But I have not, like, I found out because they told me about it. I'm like, well, you would be able to see if I bought, suddenly all of those people, but it's really, really insane. Elke Medina, Tom Sr. and Jr. were spotted at LAX. I can see Tom Sr. bowing down to Megan, but Jr. is putting a video together. He can't stand his sister and wants the cash. Yeah, but if he gets more cash by being with Meghan Markle at the end of the day, their family, I can see them doing that. You know what I mean? I can see them doing that. I mean, they were at the LAX. That's the Los Angeles airport. Is that correct? I I really don't think so. I think if they go, they will not be seen. Are we forgetting something? Meghan Markle and Harry were taken from the airport or whatever it was in a bulletproof car with tinted windows. And what did Meghan Markle do? She rolled down the windows. Um, for some reason, there's that infamous picture taking, which is now at the Getty. At the Getty, you can buy on the Getty site, of King Charles walking inside Buckingham Palace, and you have suddenly Meghan Markle and Harry right behind him. That could have been a sniper, you all. You know, Charles doesn't care. People say, I see here, I see Effie Clinker. Does King Charles not understand if they're not on that balcony? He's losing a lot of supporters. Um, he doesn't really, because he's all his life he's gotten away with everything. Why should he stop now that he has the top job? So it says, yes, Paula Thomas and Tom Jr. were photographed at LAX yesterday. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay. Probably they were going to meet Megan. I don't know. I mean, I'm just speculating. But I can totally see Mr. Markle because doing that, because I can see him dropping everything and everybody at the drop of a hat to go there. And Thomas Jr. too. I mean, the way I'm looking at this, Meghan Markle, of course, she's going to be at that historic event. This is a historic event, and she is going to be wearing a tiara. Apparently, Charles is doing away with pretty much all the traditions that make the because the thing with traditions, you know, for example, and I know that in New Zealand and in other cultures, they have traditions that are 1,000 years old. This is what makes them special. This is why people come to see those traditions, and there's a reason for that. I'm a firm believer that now we need a tradition more than ever. We need tradition. We need values more than ever, because nowadays, men pretending to be women and trashing us women for being women. I mean, I don't know about you guys. So, and again, I just want to finish this about Harry's visa. It's not whether he does drugs or not. He is a foreigner who applied for a visa, and if he lied on his visa application when he was asked if he's ever consumed drugs, um, and he lied about it. And let's not forget that Ashley is an immigration lawyer. Ashley is Samantha Markle's daughter. Ashley is an immigration lawyer, and um, probably this is why Meghan Markle started talking to her, because Meghan Markle's excuse as not to have anybody from her family was that she didn't want that. Well, for according to her, the Markles were not even around. She didn't know who any of the Markles were. I make the difference between the Markles and the Harkles, because the Harkles are Meghan Markle and Harry, and the Markles are the rest of the family. You know, Doria has been invited, so because of course, Charles wants to look inclusive, and he's afraid to be looked upon as a racist if he doesn't invite Doria, because of course the Middletons are going to be there. Carol, and Catherine's family is going to be there. So it's going to be very interesting. So Paula, I heard that Harry and Meghan are Frogmore until July. Yeah, yeah, but their lease ends in June and March 31st. But it's not like they were paying for it. They haven't been paying for it at all. So, Diners 1972, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, guys. Please don't forget to like the chat, the live, and thanks for commenting and everything. Thanks for the super thanks. It's much appreciated. I'm just, by the way, this is a side note because one of the few things that I have that give me joy is the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 goals, with Portugal. So, are Meghan and Harry blackmailing royal family? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think so. One of the things that you learn from an abusive person when you're in an abusive relationship or something like that is that um, it's about them. I do believe that Charles is a narcissist, just like Harry and Meghan Markle, and they speak the same language. If you ask me, I mean, there must be a narcissist language because the three of them speak it very well. They're all very entitled. At one point, Charles had 186 employees for himself alone. I think it was 3 times more than the monarch, the queen, had. So no, they seem to have something on the royal family. No, the way I think about it is that once you start covering up for somebody, you become an accomplice. So you have to keep covering up for them, especially when things are bad. I do believe that there is something fishy about Archie's birthday and the other girl birthday, and because they have covered up, because it's so terrible what they cover up. Once you start covering up, it's like a big snowball. It just gets bigger and bigger. You can't just stop covering up because then the other person goes, "Wait a minute, but you covered up for me here. What now? Why are you stopping now?" Okay. So yes, you please do start a parliamentary petition asking, and don't let other YouTubers tell you, "Oh, it's so hard. You can't do that." Yes, you can. Bills are amended all the time in UK Parliament. The Queen had the succession bill amended within 3 months. And this is in spite of the fact that it was submitted in 2012, December 2012, when they went away, when it's Christmas time, and they passed it within 3 months. Don't let other YouTubers lie to you and tell you there's nothing you can do, because that's what abusive people do. They try to discourage you. When they have an agenda, they try to discourage you. Don't keep always in mind that this is a constitutional monarchy, not an absolute one. And it's Parliament and the people of the United Kingdom who decide whether they want that monarchy or not. Don't forget that you have the power, but for some reason, some YouTubers try to tell you that you don't. You guys have the power to do that. So you can ask Parliament to amend the succession bill and say that you people have a right to choose among the current family who the next to have a vote as to who the next king will be. That way you will keep the current royals honest and working hard, because they would somehow be accountable. I know that there's 2 monarchies in the world that they do that they make an election within the family. For example, the current king of Jordan, the one that's married to the beautiful Rania of Jordan. There's a succession line, the oldest brother and blah blah blah. But the king, before he died, he was very wise, and he said, "No, it's going to be then my other son, the one married to Rania." Yeah. So yeah. Clairvoyant Paula, what do you think about Sparry writing in his book that he was going to murder Prince Charles but changed his mind at the last minute? Yeah, because he's a coward. He is a coward. He likes, if you look at Harry and Meghan, what they've done here, I don't understand why people keep saying that he did 2 tours of Afghanistan and he's such a hero when he attacks people at their weakest and from behind and from a distance. Just like when he was at that Apache helicopter, he wasn't flying it, he was just pulling the trigger to people who are helpless, and then he goes and brags about it, saying the number 25. This guy's either a complete psychopath, because you don't talk about lives like that. The number 25. I mean, and the military. And when you have to question the military, the UK military has a lot to answer for, because apparently this guy was, I mean, this was not an habitual, like once in a while I'm going to roll a joint and once in a while I'm going to do cocaine. Even in the book Spare, he's talking that as soon as he finished his what's it called? His date with Meghan Markle, where she wore jeans and a black sweater, not a blue dress. Not a blue dress. Remember that Meghan Markle said that she sewed a piece of a blue dress to her white wedding gown. I mean, the fact that she was wearing a veil is laughable. Um, she was wearing she had sewn a piece of blue material from the dress she wore on the first date. And we have Harry discussing that she was wearing jeans, a black sweater, and heels. I really don't think so. You're going to have to take all this back, Paula, as you do not know what Charles is thinking, or going to do. None of us do, but I think you will be surprised that Palace will be ready for them this time. I really don't think so. I'm answering you. No, I don't think so. This channel is about my opinions and what I think and what I've seen based on what I've seen. I mean, Harry was allowed to wear a military uniform during the Queen's funeral when he was not when he shouldn't have been. He should have been wearing street clothes or ordinary clothing. He was given place of pride when the Queen, actually her plans were not to have Harry given and Meghan given a place of pride. Yes, yet they were. Um, and I mean, if we go by what Charles has done, his actions, I mean, he just included People magazine across the United States, a tabloid said, oh, by the way, it's going to be called Prince and Princess, which goes against everything that Meghan Markle and Harry have just associated themselves with, which is gender fluidity. That boys, that you should not call boys and girls, because that goes against what they are partnering with. And so by saying that Prince and Princess, that's gender assignment, which is not gender fluid. So yeah, I really don't think so. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So, excuse me. Something's stuck in my throat. Sorry. Yeah, Jarietta Archer. Doofus voice. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Remember that I'm dyslexic and I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to slow down the thing so it goes further back. And by the way, they keep implying that Princess Diana's sisters were at the baptism, and it's not the first time they've flown across the pond to be there with them, because of course they can't keep anything quiet. If it's true, they can't keep anything quiet at all. Maggie P. Paula, take a sip of something warm. I can't right now because I can't drink anything. I took some medication and I can't drink anything or take anything for about half an hour more. So I have to wait about half an hour more before I can take anything. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Please keep in mind that this is not whether or not Harry does drugs. That's irrelevant. It's whether or not he lied in a government application. Okay? And if he had a lawyer, in this case, my money is on Ashley, who helped him. Oh, don't worry, Maggie. It's okay. It's just the medication I was taking is pretty tough. Um, um, it's it's uh, it's that he lies. You don't lie in application forms to the government. So yeah, and because free speech, she met me. what happened with free speech? Who's free speech? Guys, what is free speech saying? Very interesting. My sister saw her in Chester with the Queen and said she looked a mess. Princess Diana? I don't think so. Susan, sugar alert. Susan Oliver, who's the sugar? City. Okay, City is here, but she's asleep, so I do not want to disturb the monster. Okay, I do not want to disturb the little Paula Empson. Empson, who's that? I don't know who Paula Empson is. Oh, Pamela. Pamela Empson, please stop going on about the succession. The people in the UK know the Constitution. Harry is in the line of succession. It's about time you accepted that, Paula. I'm not saying that he's not in the, but nobody here is saying that he. I'm saying that people can request a succession bill to be amended by stating that only members of the royal family residing in the United Kingdom and and being born in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession. That bill can be amended. All bills in Parliament are not final; they can be amended, which is what the Queen did twice. For example, the Marriages Act has been amended twice. Um, all the bills are amended. All bills can be amended, changed. Everything can be done. Okay, so yes, so Pamela Epson. Nobody's saying we're saying that because Harry's in the line of succession and he shouldn't be, the bill should be amended that only members of the royal family residing in the United Kingdom and having been born in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession. Read that he never applied since he's a prince. Is that true? No, that's not true. I mean, I've been going on about this for quite some time. Harry does not have diplomatic immunity nor sovereign immunity. Sovereign immunity only applies to the reigning sovereign. I don't know if you know about King Juan Carlos of Spain. He's in legal hot water. The former king of Spain is in legal hot water in the United Kingdom. His former mistress was suing him in the UK court for harassment and a bunch of stuff. Okay, he tried to use sovereign immunity, and it was denied because it only applies to the sovereign, the reigning sovereign. So all they don't have diplomatic status. They don't have diplomatic passport. It doesn't apply like that. What they do is they have a regular passport, and when and their profession says, prince or princess of whatever, HRH or whatever. That's what it says. But whenever they travel, whether on vacation or well, if they travel on a private capacity, they have less security and it's coordinated through the embassy for vacations and stuff like that. If they travel representing the monarch, the embassy handles that with the government where they're going, and they handle the security because, of course, it's a state affair and it's an official visit. Okay, so if they take Harry out, he's replaced by pervert Andrew. Mrs. Kyla C, hello from Canada. Hello. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much for being here. So for people, I don't know, guys, let me know who is a sugar, and should I make some of you moderators? Let me see if I can make some of you moderators. I know my usual ones are here, so I'll make you guys moderators because you know that I'm dyslexic. So I'll make you how do I make add as managing moderator? Susan Oliver, I have made you a moderator because you can see more people. I'm trying to find, if you see Elke Medina, I will try to find her as well, because Elke Maggie, here you are. I'll also make you as a moderator because you helped me out a lot with this. So I can't find Elke. I'm trying to make as many moderators as possible, but it's not about censoring free speech, because, I don't care if sugars are here, let them be here. They're helping the algorithm by commenting. So it is actually It is actually, oh, here you are, Elke. I hadn't seen you. I've been looking for you. Okay, here, I got you three as moderators, so you can help me. But don't block people from talking, but you can answer them, okay? And the whole point, I mean, I welcome all the um uh, um all the even the sugars, they contribute to the algorithm by commenting, and they have to be subscribers, so that's great. So, but if you want to answer them, because I'm not very techy here, guys, and my hands are actually quite sore. I don't know if you can see them. So, and the farm work, it's a little bit hard. So we'll see. Yeah. So here, in recap, I wouldn't put it past Mr. Markle. Now that you guys told me that he's gone LAX or whatever, he's gone. Maggie P, please forgive me when I don't know how to moderate, and I've had this channel for ages. So, but don't block people. I mean, let them talk. Just answer back to them. So, but I wouldn't. Now you told me that Mr. Markle was at the LAX. Maybe he went to the hospital with Thomas Jr. For a checkup. You know, um, because I'm sure he's in physical therapy and stuff like that. My money is that I know that he has a YouTube channel, but he hasn't posted anything in over a month. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And now, they're going there at the end of April, and apparently Meghan Markle is doing. She has booked um, this hotel in California. She has booked it for because she's interviewing men about. She's doing a podcast or a documentary about men, and what they feel about that. Maybe she's interviewing her father in one of those things, and it's going to be like a reunion. It's going to be out there. In my very humble opinion, there is absolutely no way. There is los mismos paparazzi. What do you mean los mismos paparazzi? Which paparazzis were there? Who took those pictures? Backrack got the photo, so they must have known when they were traveling and when they were arriving at LAX. So either, and we know that Mr. Markle has called the paps. He has their number and stuff like that. So they want people to speculate. So Margot Merlo, TMZ has a ban, I think, or something like that. They took Mr. Markle. They asked the judge a restraining order against Mr. Markle. So I'm very surprised that Susan Reich to film their documentary. Maybe. Samantha wrote they didn't see Megan. Where did Samantha write that? Said that Samantha's wrote they didn't see Megan. TMZ always has someone. You know what? No, this is one of the things. They don't always have somebody at LAX because that costs money. Nowadays, they don't work that way. They would need to know when the person is coming to catch him in the right way. Okay. So what is Wanda saying? He and Thomas Sr. are working on a documentary. Oh, great. Okay. Okay, great. Paula, what do you think about Megan being on the balcony? I think I would be surprised if she's not. I mean, literally, People magazine, a tabloid magazine, stated that her kids were going to have royal titles. And within 24 hours, the palace had published it and amended it. So apparently, People magazine dictates to the monarchy in the United Kingdom what they should write about. So, Paula, would you be able to ask Samantha Markle if her dad met Meghan recently? I don't think she would answer that, because I don't think so. Like I sometimes they keep things very close to the chest. So, yeah, and so I even if even if they did, I don't think they would tell her I get a feeling that Mr. Markle is more desperate to be with Megan than with Samantha. To tell you the truth, he has a closer bond um, to Megan with Megan. I hate to say this, but Megan was his favorite child. Is his favorite child. Oh, Susan Oliver, thank you very much for the kind donation. Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm losing subscribers. I know that you guys think I hate Charles. I don't hate Charles. I just want the monarch to be decent. I want to be proud of the monarch that represents me. I really do, like the queen. I don't know if it is the bloody illness and that I've been in the hospital quite a lot, but I was watching. I'm gonna cry now because I was watching Prince Philip's funeral. I started getting really angry, and I watched the picture of a picture of Prince Philip leaving the hospital. Okay, this is, I think, after the interview with Oprah. And to think that this is a man who showed Harry love, care, because after Princess Diana died, Harry and Prince William were given so much love, so much care, so much, you know, they were protected, they were spoiled, they were everything by the monarch and Prince Philip. And to think that Prince Philip was dying and Harry chose that moment to her. This is why I'm telling you that he's a coward. This is I did my live with Matthew from the Angry Bootnik. Please go to his channel and subscribe if you can. Pretty soon he'll be surpassing me because for some reason females love men, so they sign up quicker. And he's a lot of fun. He's really funny. So go to his channel, please, because he's really, really, really fun. So Drum Stop talking. Look how many are talking about them at airport. Austria. Oh my God, I love Austria. I've been there. Oh, thank you very much. Wow, I love Austria. What did Leslie Hogg say? Guys, I wish, I didn't have this. Leslie Hogg, I have to go back up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she said. So, like I said, Harry and Meghan are cowards. They attack the weak. They're predators. Harry is a predator. But I was watching that thing, and I was thinking, this man, it's it's not a man. Harry's not a man. Is this why Meghan is saying boys will be boys and she's into the gender fluid? Is it because Harry has no balls, literally? Do you think that's the case? I mean, we have to me, I don't understand it. To tell the truth, I don't understand it. I don't understand why do away with traditions of the coronation, which is, um, to suit the modern times. It's insane. It's insanity at its best. It shouldn't be, and this is why, they say this is an institution that would stood the test of time. Yeah, because we had a queen for 70 years. I mean, even the most ardent Republicans, and for our American friends, a republic, is a movement in the United Kingdom that they want to do away with the monarchy. But even the most ardent Republicans, okay, loved the queen and respected the queen because of the job she did. So to me, personally, when I saw in that Netflix documentary where they say that the queen's life's work of the Commonwealth, of which Harry and Meghan, because the Queen's Commonwealth Trust was founded 1 month, I think 1.5 months prior to Harry's marriage, and Meghan and Harry Harry and Meghan were made president and vice president. And the Queen's Commonwealth Trust has over 1.4 billion people, and they could have had so much influence, so much power, so much things to do for good. Because I don't care what you say about Princess Diana, but she used the royal platform for good. And I mean, for real, you may say whatever you want. And somebody told me that I read somewhere here that Princess Diana looked like a mess. Princess Diana, even sweating at the gym, has never looked like a mess. You know, so no. What is neither can Megan Elke? What are we going with Elke? Harry is a drugged up all the time. He can't make any rational decisions. True, and unfortunately, this guy has access to an international platform, and that's how dangerous they are. You know, and that is the danger of people like Harry and Meghan Markle, that they're evil people with access to a large platform, and instead of doing it, using it for good, they're using it to hurt others. Okay, and whenever they don't get their way, they trash everybody else around them. I don't care what people say. So I'm going to repeat this once again. Please, if you really want to do something for those who are in the United Kingdom, you can start a petition. You can start a petition, a UK parliamentary petition, stating that only royals born in the United Kingdom and residing, physically residing in the United Kingdom, can be in the line of succession. You can ask for the succession bill to be amended to that and request that all royal children born that are born, the document with the doctor's signature testifying that they witnessed the birth of the child should be made public. Already all those documents are must be public, and yet you guys don't have you have we haven't seen the proper documentation. Even that sorry, bookworm too, she tried to request repeatedly, if I'm not mistaken, the christening documents, and they said, oh no, for because Megan doesn't want the godparents to be made public. Okay, fine, but give me, you don't have to give me the godparents, just give me the document of where and when, because the metadata of the picture that they posted doesn't match the date that they said that the picture was taken, and it's hard to change. Okay, and Harry and Meghan, I mean, if I were a head of state, I wouldn't want to be around Meghan Markle and Harry. And it's become very clear that they can't control them, because in the Queen's Jubilee, they were supposed to come in the bus with the other royals, and yet they were late, and other means of transport had to be provided, and they walked on their own. They made a spectacle when they were told where to sit, and they were not wanting it either. They didn't want to sit there. That picture of Charles walking, they're walking behind Charles. That was a long lens. That could have been a sniper. Meghan Markle was taken, the horrified woman whose life she feels threatened in the United States, in the United Kingdom. She's taken in a bulletproof car, and she rolls down the windows so people can see her. Okay. Pamela Empson, they will not let the petition go through. It won't happen. Yes, it will. If it reaches 10,000 signatures, it will. They will have to put it up. And if it reaches 100,000 signature, guys, it will have to be discussed in Parliament. So Pamela Empson, I don't know why you're so mad. You would, if you were, why aren't you pro having proper people in the monarchy? Is that you, Megan? Is that you? I think that Pamela Empson is Meghan Markle. I don't know, just joking. So um, let me show you something, because let me show you. I mean, I'm gonna read it here because why not? We're here. You guys are gonna do my Sunday. We're gonna look here, and I'm gonna look for um, the. This is Prince Archie of Sussex. I don't think he's ever been to Sussex. It says here, this is the monarchy's website. This is a worldwide monarchy's website. Prince Archie of Sussex was born at 5:26 on Monday, 6th May. He is the first child of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and is seventh in line to the throne. Now he's sixth in line to the throne. Archie weighed 7 pounds 3 ounces, and the Duke of Sussex was present for the birth. No, he wasn't, because he said he inhaled all the laughing gas. He inhaled all the laughing gas. So how can he have been present? You know, the Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh, the Prince of Wales, the Duchess of Cornwall, the Duke of and Duchess of Cambridge, Lady Jane Fellows, Lady Sarah McCorkdale, and Earl Spencer were informed and delighted with the news of Archie's birth. They were supposed to inform the Queen the moment that she started the contractions, and apparently they didn't until they went back. They came back from the hospital to Frogmore Cottage within 2 hours. This is a woman for the first time went into the hospital. So they got ready, went to the hospital. She was given an epidural. She tried to have it naturally first, but of course she couldn't. Harry inhaled all the laughing gas. And then she was given an epidural, and then she was put in a bathtub, which I don't understand, because you don't do that with an epidural. I don't know why. Then she gave birth to the child, and then they drove back to Frogmore Cottage, where she's sitting up. I had an epidural. I couldn't feel my legs for about 6 to 7 hours. Like I kind of, but I couldn't. And then you have to wait until you pee on your own and have a bowel movement on your own to make sure that everything is okay. And because an epidural, they inject it in your back, and it can affect the nerves. Okay, so but this is in the website, and yes, and then the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall said they were looking forward to meeting the baby when they returned from their royal visit to Germany. We couldn't be more delighted at the news, and we're looking forward to meeting the baby when we return. The Prince of Wales on the birth of his new grandson, speaking to well wishers today in Berlin. Yeah. And they have the bump, Meghan Markle, fake laughing like this with a bump. Wanda Duck Finn. It's Wanda Duck Finn. It says yes. This is in the and Harry's memoir or spare, whatever you want to call it. Wah. He yes. So within 2 hours, and you have to take in driving time, which is about 40 minutes. So this woman went in there, and within an hour and 20 minutes gave birth. And he said that she was bouncing on a one of those balls, to induce the thing. And says Susan Oliver, Leslie, do you think that William should give has been a Glaswegian kiss? I don't know what that is. So just to recap, guys, it's not that whether Harry does drugs or not. And the answer that they gave to the Heritage Foundation, they got an answer saying that they were not going to give them the documents due to privacy. But the Heritage Foundation said they're going to appeal that ruling, and they're going to, so that's good on them, because Harry's already violated that principle when he's gone public about his past and current continued drug use of illegal substances. Okay. So if he has lied in the application and Ashley was his lawyer, and the thing is that it had been on the newspapers prior to that, that because we all know he has had issues with drugs, and the UK military must be held accountable because they looked the other way while this guy was doing hard drugs. Because and I don't care if it's the Queen's grandson and stuff like that. He should have been kicked out a long time ago. Okay. So I don't know. Please tell me what you guys think. I mean, do you guys think that she's gonna be in the balcony? Do you guys think she's gonna be in the balcony? Let me start a poll here. Let me see here. Hello. Do you think that Meghan Markle is going to be in the at the coronation, and she's going to be at the balcony? Let me know what you think. I'm sorry. It sounds like that. Many of you say yes, many of you say no. 70% say no. 78. Ah, okay. Do you think that the children will be there because she's demanding to have the children be in this historical portrait that with Charles, his two boys, and his grandchildren? So it's going to be very interesting. It's amazing to have a confessed drug addict who has attacked the family, the queen, everything the monarchy stands for, standing on a balcony and taking place of pride. Personally, I think they will. We know that they have stated that they will not attend unless they get an apology. So whether they've said this very publicly. So if they attend, we have to assume that they got the apology they were looking for. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, it's a state occasion. Heads of state should be there. Uh, People of the United Kingdom are paying for it. People in the United Kingdom can write a parliamentary petition quickly saying that they do not want Harry and Meghan Markle invited to the coronation because they're paying for it. And Charles shouldn't be able to say, oh, well, I'm going to pay for their flight and everything. No, they shouldn't, because not only that, but they increase the risk to actual people who deserve to be there. Okay. The palace already said no to children. They haven't said anything like that. Kelly Evans, they haven't really said that. This is the press that are saying that. The bigger story is the link to Andrew. What do you mean by that, Elke Medina? About Meghan Markle and Andrew? Well, there are very shady links between them, between Meghan Markle and the Soho House. I mean, the fact that she knew the back door, how she's sneak Harry into the back door, with the waitress and stuff like that. I mean, it's really, really terrible. They said that there's Pamela Bonilla. There's nothing wrong with using a surrogate, but they can't reveal that baby has to be born from a. Yeah, but nobody's talking about here whether Meghan Markle, whether it's bad that Meghan Markle used a surrogate, and that is sophistry. That a lot of people use that. The argument here is not whether or not Meghan Markle used a surrogate or not. Whether that's no. Let me rephrase that. Whether Meghan Markle, nobody's saying that using a surrogate is bad. It's lying about it because she knows that if the child is not born from her body, the child cannot be in the line of succession because it's considered an adopted child. Because in the United Kingdom, the child, even though if you use a surrogate, the child officially belongs to the surrogate. It's not like in the United States. But even in the United States, you still have to go through a court process where you engage with the contract, I think, in some places. So let me see. The problem is the lies. Exactly. For example, nobody's saying, I know that a lot of people do drugs, but when you're applying for a visa as a foreigner and you're asked a question, um, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. My son, in 2018, my son was here in Nicaragua and there was civil unrest here. And Harry asked his father, my son Henrik asked his father to go see him, right, in August. And my ex-husband was making it almost impossible because to have Henrik go see him. He had all of his documents, his social security number and everything, and Henrik didn't know it because when we went to the American embassy to apply for an emergency American passport for Henrik, they asked for his social security number, and Henrik said, I don't remember it. I don't know if I have it. I knew that he had gotten one, because I was with my ex when we went to the embassy in Oslo, and he got it, and we applied for it, and he also applied for a social security number. So here at the American embassy, they were telling my son that they couldn't give him that he had to sign a document saying that if he applied for the passport, and he had a so and he clicked no, that he didn't have a social security number, and then they found out later that he had a social security number, that he could be charged for lying on on a document, on a government, on a government's document, and he could get at least 2 years, because it's a federal crime. This is why I know this, because when we went to the American embassy here in Nicaragua, that's what they told my son: if you lie. And then I called the social security people in the United States, and they said, that's insane. Your son was a minor. He can't be, So they ended up giving Henrik the emergency passport without the social security number, but they did tell him that when he got to the United States, or when he got his social security number, he should include it in his passport. Okay. So it's the lying that's the problem. You know, do you guys think that Megan already knows how to apply for Susan Berg? Charles needs to grow up there. I feel sorry for William. He doesn't want them there in the first place, let alone be on the balcony. Yeah, I agree. Nobody does. So people in the United Kingdom can write a petition and say, you know what? And remember, don't do a GoFundMe petition. It's not a GoFundMe petition. Parliament in the United Kingdom only listens to parliamentary petitions. So you have to be a citizen or a resident of the United Kingdom. Set that up. Don't go talking that Harry has done this or Meghan has done that. No, just say that you would like the succession bill amended uh, to that only royals born in the United Kingdom and physically residing in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession, and that can be done retroactively to 2011. Okay, so that way it creeps on Meghan Markle. Okay, so, and you can do that. Pamela Bonilla, I have never heard of laughing gas being in a labor room. I'm in the US, California. I've had two babies and never seen laughing gas. Maybe it's different in the UK. Is it different in the UK, guys? Because actually, it's morning from Australia. Hello, Australia. That's a country I'd love to go someday. Well, I'm 54, and with my health, I don't think I'll be able to go to many countries, but I would like to go to Australia. That's for sure. You know, so hopefully my crop this year will, we won't have any tropical storms, and we'll be able to get something going, so I can travel to Australia. So thanks for liking the live, guys. If you like, my channel, please help it grow. I was kind of hoping to have 100,000 subscribers when I turn 55 in November, but well, I didn't even think I would get 100 when I started. I didn't even know I could be a YouTuber. I didn't know what it was. So, but yes, I mean, it is going to be very interesting, everything that's happening. So do that, and don't let other YouTubers discourage you, because you can't amend bills. They are amended all the time. And if you and we will promote the hell out of it. If you send it to me, all you have to say is that you would like the succession bill of 2013 amended, so that retroactively to 2011, from 2011 onwards, that only royals born in the United Kingdom be in the line of succession, and physically residing in the United Kingdom be in the line of succession. You can do that. And also you can demand that the documents in regards to any child in the succession line have to be made public, including the testimony of the doctors with the doctor's signature stating or testifying that the child was born out of the woman's body. You can do that. You can also request that the succession bill be amended so that people or the House of Lords get to choose, because the Parliament people that the Parliament can get to choose who can be the next monarch within the family. The Carolean era is not starting very well, is it? Is it? But it's going to be very, very interesting, and I'm going to be, if my health it does better, I will be doing some things, and hopefully, I'll be showing you stuff from the farm so you can see how it's going. But hopefully I'll be able to be out of the hospital long enough. But I did want to do this chat with you guys because you guys are amazing. So I was supposed to be traveling to, and I haven't been able to do that. But yes, I'll be showing you stuff from the farm. Okay, the farm, it's gonna be very interesting, everything that's going on there. If you have any questions about the lupus, I'm more than happy to answer. Somebody asked me about the lady whose house burnt down. uh, it's the house, we got a lot of donations, local and international. Some of my friends even helped, and the house is back up and running. So that's great. So thank you. From the farm in Nicaragua. Yeah, I will. When I go to Canada, I will start doing my lives and stuff from Canada as well. So yeah, so it's going to be very, very interesting, everything that's happening. So Abby H, thank you very much, guys. So I'll leave you with these questions and please answer them. Do you think that it was right to have granted those titles to those ghost children, given the fact that Meghan Markle has just associated herself to a gender fluid thing because she wants to get rid of boys? I don't even know whether, I think she hates everybody because she hates herself. When you hate yourself, you hate everybody. Okay. Do you think that Meghan Markle will be at the balcony? Do you think that Charles will give in to their demands? It's going to be very interesting because do you think that Parliament, if they pass the bill of title removals, do you think that they will have the balls to actually pull the trigger on that one and take the titles away from Harry and Andrew? Because Meghan doesn't have any titles. She gets to use courtesy titles. Okay? So it's going to be very interesting. I don't know why people are not calling out Meghan Markle and the fact that she's talking about being gender fluid and how not have. Then if we can't have any gender fluid, if they're going to be gender fluid, they can't be called girl or boy. They can't have those names. They should have gender neutral names. So it's going to be very interesting. So yes, right to start a UK parliamentary petition to amend the succession bill of 2023. You can ask the following: that only children, and ask for it retroactively, that only children born in the United Kingdom and physically residing in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession, and that Parliament, and that it shouldn't be automatic to the firstborn, but that Parliament should choose who's best suited within the family to be the next monarch based on merit within the royals. It should be. Leslie Hawk, no, don't go. This has been a wonderful treat. Thank you, everyone, especially you, Paula. I started as a woman, and my gender fluidity has me ending as a bearded gray old man. Thanks, Megan. Oh my God, Leslie Hogg. It's so funny. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Do you think that Mr. Markle is meeting with Meghan Markle? Do you think that they're going to meet up? Do you think that there's going to be another pregnancy coming? Apparently, Tyler Perry is putting her in a movie or something like that. I don't know. It's just, Meghan Markle is gangrene, just like Harry. She got her hooks into an idiot and keeps him drugged up. So he does, I think Meghan Markle is his pusher. It's like, I'll give you drugs, because basically he's at the mercy of whatever Meghan Markle, because he doesn't know anybody there. So I think that Meghan Markle is his pusher, drug pusher, his pimp or whatever you want to call it. So she's the one who controls the drugs. It says Linda Glass, isn't she going to the Met Gala? I think so. I think she is going to the Met Gala, but we'll see. Because you know how they do surprise. They like to surprise. Things are planned in advance, okay, with these two, because they don't want to be booed or anything. So we'll see. We'll see. So do you think that Mr. Markle is going to meet his daughter? I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't. This world is crazy, loco, loco, todo está loco. I'm just happy Cristiano scored 2 goals yesterday with Portugal. I think they were playing today. I still haven't seen the results, so I have to check that out. So thank you very much for everything, guys. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the super thanks that you always kindly donate. And I'll do another live some other time. But thank you for wishing me luck. And lupus has hit me hard. I guess it's all the stress, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you very much. Meghan Markle is the Moko Ono of the monarchy. Have a great Sunday, guys. Saturday, sorry. Is it Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. Have a good day, guys.